What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to be back here with all of you awesome people. Recently, I was sitting here doing my thing, trying to think of something to get for my cousin who's actually getting married in a couple of months. And because it was a couple of months away, I was just kind of browsing, maybe trying to get some general ideas of what I might get. And a watch had popped into my head very early on. No specific watch, just the idea of getting him a watch, because in my family, usually a watch is something that one gets on special occasions. You see, this is something that I've gotten many times in my life. My dad actually bought me a watch the day before I shipped out to basic training for the Army. And I had actually gotten a watch on my wedding day, the day my son was born, and I actually bought one for Steve Lockhart before his daughter was born too. So it's something that I enjoy getting for people. It's something that I've gotten myself. So I was really thinking a watch, maybe just the thing that I get for my cousin on his wedding day. And that's why I kind of started early, because the possibilities regarding a watch really are endless. There's so many watches out there. There's so many different kinds. I was planning on taking the next couple months to look and decide, since I had the time to do it. But then I happened to be contacted by a watch brand that both piqued my curiosity and in the end helped me find a cool gift for my cousin. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about these guys right here, Ambassador watches. This is a brand that comes to us all the way from Sweden, I believe, and has a very interesting story behind it. It's all written out on their site. I really encourage you guys to go take a look at that in its entirety, but the short of it is, one of their founders was kind of looking for an inspiration to build a watch brand off of, and while sitting in a cafe one day, he happens to meet the Ambassador, and he quickly becomes just entranced by this man's style, and specifically his watch later on. This Ambassador apparently just really knew how to make an impression, so much so in fact that the gentleman left the meeting and used that interaction to form the brand we're looking at today. Now, this isn't a paid feature or anything like that. I was just actually looking for a watch, like I just said, and then conveniently they emailed me, and then when I looked into their website, read their story, it just totally piqued my curiosity, like I said. So that's what really brought me to this video today. And what really drew me in about this brand really was their story and then the look of their watches. And we've had conversations about this in the past. I'm not what you would call a watch connoisseur. Usually I go for looks first when I choose a watch. Price does somewhat come into play there. I generally don't waste my time on cheap watches, and by cheap I don't mean parts. I know you Seiko lovers out there think anything outside of Seiko is cheap, you know. I know, and by cheap I don't mean parts. I know you Seiko lovers out there think that anything beyond that is cheap, so I'm not gonna get into all that. I really don't care about price. What I mean is retail cost. I usually won't review a watch here if it's, you know, $50, it's super cheap. I try now to stick, you know, in the higher end of what I can get. It's really a case by case basis. If I look at it and I say that either looks like the same thing that I've reviewed here already, or if it looks like something that I could go to Walmart and pick up, usually I won't touch it. But these guys had a very unique look to them. They were a little bit higher in price. I decided it was worth my time at least to take a look at it. And in the end, I decided to bring it up here on the channel because I was really impressed by what I saw. Now, what I saw here in the line after I got a couple of their watches was pretty much what I saw on their website. There was no, you know, big surprise here or anything like that. That really would have made it interesting, but you know, I got to report what I see. And what I saw here was a really nice design, really clean cut. They had several models here. Let me show you what they got there on their site. They've got multiple models based on different time period and the timepieces of that time period. So we got 1921, 1863, 1959, all with different strap options too. So I thought that was very cool. For this video though, I picked up 3 watches here. I'm wearing one of them. I got 2 of them right here. I did that on purpose so that I could share you guys my opinion on all 3 of their collections. And after I got these, I had a real tough time time choosing which one was gonna go to my cousin because I loved all three of them. Now, each of these watches are from the different collections offered, which means they all have different looks to them, but there are some major attributes that they all share. The movement for all three of them is listed as a Japanese Miyota quartz movement, and each of the case sizes measure in at 40 millimeters and are made of stainless steel. And the strap on these are interchangeable, but the leather ones are genuine leather, and the metal band one here is stainless steel. Now, one of the things that I like to do with watches when I get them is obviously wear them. I wear them around the house, I wear them to the store, I wear it all over the place pretty much for at least a couple of days each, because I want to get a feel for the watch and I want to get the full picture. I want to know if there's something that's gonna stop working. I want to know if there's something that's uncomfortable about it while it's on your wrist. I want to see if there's any issues. I want to just do my best to try to get a full look. A lot of the times I don't have, months to devote to one watch, so I kind of try to get the best look I can in a couple of days each. And one thing that I noticed really specifically about the leather bands here, I've got a brown one on my wrist right now, and then I got a black one here that I tested for this brand, and it really fell into one of two categories of leather bands that I've gotten in the past when I've tested watches. One of them is leather bands that come super stiff and you have to wear it for a while and kind of break it in, and during that breaking in period it's really stiff on your wrist and sometimes uncomfortable, but obviously not horrible or anything like that. But then you have brands like this that send you leather bands that seem to come in softer, I guess, or just a little bit more pliable, and the breaking in time is virtually non-existent. So that's one thing that I noticed about these ones here that I really enjoyed. I also think that even ones like the stainless steel one here has a great look to it, and that and the leather band one actually, they have a great look that allows them to be placed into different outfits very easily. You can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can keep it casual, and that's something that I obviously appreciate, and that's why I thought this would make a good gift for my cousin. Now, regarding price, each of these watches are actually the same price. They sell for $199 US. It's the same price across the board, and I will of course link them in the description if you want to go get a closer look at any of these or the brand. Like I said, I highly encourage you to read that backstory. It was very interesting, a very good read, and I thought it was a great source of inspiration for this brand. I also thought it might be fun for you guys to help me out too with choosing one of these for my cousin. I've got a couple of months till his wedding anyway, so I thought maybe you guys might like to help me choose which one of these that I should give him. So in the comment section, tell me which one of these three you guys like, which one's your favorite, and maybe I'll take your recommendation there and give one to my cousin for his wedding. Also, speaking of the comment section, I don't want to have the watch debate on every watch review that I do. I am not comparing these to any other brand. I'm not saying they're better than Seiko. I'm not saying they're better than Omega or any of those other brands that you guys love so much. I'm saying that for what these are, what I've seen, what I've found with having them on my wrist for a couple of days each, I like them. I think they feel good. I think they look good. So far, they haven't stopped working. If they do, they come with cards inside each box that give you a 10-year warranty on each watch. So to me, that says this brand has confidence in their product. They're willing to give you a 10-year warranty on each one. That to me says that they feel a lot of confidence in their product and that it's not just gonna break down on you. That says a lot to someone like me that looks at a lot of things like this. Now, after you're done leaving that comment, make sure you also tap that like button for me. I need all the help I can get on these watch videos, honestly, to combat the hate that usually comes my way from certain watch people. You know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do that. You definitely need to do that. Let me get to 25K as soon as we can. I will shower you guys with prizes. We'll have a major giveaway. So if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do that. I want to thank you once again for checking out today's video. I do have another video in the works for you guys this week, so keep an eye out for that. And until then, take it easy. I'll see you next time.